buying a house in Sudbury, the last thing you want to do is overpay for a property. And when you're stuck in a bidding war, which is often right now, you probably think like you're losing out and you're overpaying and you're paying too much for a property. And I totally understand. I know it can get frustrating because it's like an unknown, right? You're going against 5 other offers. You don't really know how high to bid. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to overpay. A bidding war is actually an opportunity in some cases to get a good deal as well in this type of market. Let me explain. You can successfully win a bidding war without missing out on thousands of dollars. So I'm Tristan Ritchie. I'm from Lake City Realty, and I've worked with over 500 buyers buy homes in the last 10 years here in Sudbury specifically. I help people buy and sell, and I'm very experienced, and I love what I do, and I love sharing the tips and tricks, kind of like I'm going to do here. If you like these videos or they help you, please like, subscribe, truly helps. Share this with a friend that's maybe having trouble finding a house and needs some tips, and let's get right into it. Okay, I just want to explain a bidding war where it usually happens. So usually a bidding war happens when the realtor that's listing the property and the seller, they agree on a price that's lower than its actual value. So for example, if this house, I'm going in there, you're worth about $400K on the market. And then you list at $299, right? So you're worth $400, someone's listing at $299, so there's a $100,000 difference between its value. I know it can get frustrating because it's not, you're kind of lying with your list price just to attract people, but this is where the opportunity comes in for buyers. So what's going to happen is people are going to bid, you're going to end up at the 400 anyways or close to, and that's where you get a deal. It doesn't always make it up to its actual value in today's market because people are less willing to put in a no conditions offer. So when you're up in a bidding war, what are some of the strategies that you want to use to win a bidding war? First and foremost is getting approved, having a mortgage, sending your mortgage broker's name to the sellers when you're bringing in your offer. That really helps show how solid of an offer you have. Number 2 is the conditions and price. Of course, everyone wants the most amount of money, but sometimes when there's an offer with no conditions, they accept the one with no conditions with a much lower price. I've seen as big of a difference as $90,000. So they had an offer here with conditions, an offer down here, $90,000 less without conditions, and they accepted the one without the conditions. The reason that is so desirable and you can get a better deal this way is because imagine you're a seller. You have 10 offers in front of you. 2 of the highest are $20,000 apart. Okay, you're still getting a really good price already. And then you have one that has financing, inspection, and insurance. So they have 3 conditions and they know they're up against 9 other people. And then you have one that's $20,000 less. I know that's a lot of money, but this person has done all their preparation, all their due diligence to be able to waive their financing, waive their inspection, and go in no conditions. No conditions is also, you can hear some people say, a cash offer. It's not actually cash, it's just no conditions. So having no conditions is super, super valuable. A seller will often pick that even if it's a little bit of a lower offer, although you still need to be competitive on price. Another strategy is writing a letter to the sellers. This very, very rarely helps. And the reason I say that is because it only will help if you're identical price. Even then, it probably won't even matter. They're going to say, hey, can you raise your price a little bit? I know you've probably heard a story of someone, hey, I got this house for a better deal because it was an old person that felt sorry for me, blah, blah, blah. Might have happened. I've never heard of this happening. And I ask every single one of my sellers because I'm actually curious, right? Do letters help? Should I do them for my buyers every single time? And every single one of my sellers, and that's been over 200 in the last couple of years, has said not at all, not one bit. When we have 10 offers, we have 6 of them with letters. All of them are the same, me and my dog, me and my kid, right? And I'm not saying this to be negative or not to write a letter. I still think you should in a competing scenario, because if you're identical with another offer and you do have a letter, they're likely going to pick yours because you have done a little bit more, put in a little bit more effort, showed them a little bit about yourself, made it a little bit more personal, but most of the time money talks. The next is getting to know what the seller wants the most when you're bringing an offer in a competing situation. So that's up to your buying realtor to call the other realtor, find out what's super important. Is it closing? Is it not having the deal fall through? So having a big deposit. So all of these will be important, of course, but which one is the most, right? Are there other conditions that they need, like suitable accommodations maybe, or they need a chance for the lawyer to review? There's a few little things that sometimes matter more than you believe to a seller. So if you can find those out, then you can really have a good chance at winning this multiple offers scenario. Okay, now at the end, I just want to talk about the no conditions thing. I know people are super scared of this. This is the number one way, even if there's no offers, how to get the best deal possible. So going in no conditions sounds scary, sounds like it's not the right thing to do. You've probably heard in the news, people getting screwed doing it. Well, there is a safe way of doing it. And I do this with my clients all the time. Number one, book an inspection before the offer date. So if they're taking offers on Monday, book it for Saturday. You walk through with the inspector, he'll point out anything that you need to know about the inspection, right? So then you're going into the offer without that condition, but you've already done it, so you're prepared. Number two, talk to your broker ahead of time. Send them the full MLS listing. Get them to approve you on that house. If you're working with a good broker, as long as you don't have a weird situation, solid job, you're not taking on extra debt, you didn't lie to them about your debt or car payments or visa, whatever, and you have a really solid file, you can go in without that condition as long as it appraises. And my job as a realtor is to not let you pay over appraised value. And I can tell you that personally, I have never had a listing not appraised. That is it. That's how you win in the bidding wars in Sudbury. If you have any questions, you want to work with an expert realtor, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'd love to help. I got a team, people helping me, and I just love what I do. I love helping and educating. So if you have any questions, any other videos you want me to make, I would love to make them.